Although we already received an incredible sequel back in 2018, like many of you, I'd love to watch a third Incredibles film, focusing on the kids now grown up. Violet would have aged up to a young single parent. Tony Ridinger turned out to be a jerk and left Violet once he realised how hard it was going to be to take care of a superpowered child. Violet must deal with the struggles of being a single parent. Her kid has super speed like her brother Dash, who will be the young cool uncle in the film, aged 17, and will let Violet's kid get up to mischief. Jack is now a young teenager who struggles to control his superpowers. The main villain would be a much more interesting General Dakov from Black Widow. Throughout the film, this mastermind villain will manipulate Jack to use his powers for evil, even turning him on his own family. Mr. Incredible and Elastigirl have now gone past their prime and are living in a retirement home for supers. They would only have minor roles in Incredibles 3 as the focus would be on their 3 children. The family must team up one last time in a huge final battle against Jack and the Manipulatists to bring Jack back. If Pixar wanted to do a Disney Plus TV show instead of a film, there are endless directions that they could take an Incredibles TV show. Pixar left the door open at the end of Luca for a sequel or spin-off, having Luca and Julia leave Alberto and Porto Rosso for school. Luca deserves a theatrical sequel after the original was dumped on Disney Plus, skipping theatres altogether. Luca 2 would pick up 1 year later after the events of Luca, exploring Luca and Julia's time at school. Luca, who is accepted for who he really is now a popular kid due to his unique abilities to turn to a sea human. Alberto, who still lives with Massimo in Porto Rosso, will have to deal with bullies who are not so accepting that Alberto's not human. In the middle of Luca 2, there would be a time jump to next summer as Luca travels back to Porto Rosso to visit Alberto, who is jealous of Luca, as he's been accepted for who he is, whereas Alberto has been lonely as nobody in the town wants to be friends with a sea monster. If Pixar didn't want to go the sequel route, they could do a series of shorts in the same style as the Forky Asks a Question shorts. In each short, Luca would discover a new human object, and Julia would explain to Luca what that object does and means to humans. During Disney's big Investor Day announcements last year, Pixar shocked everyone with the announcement of Lightyear, a Toy Story spin-off that will tell the origin story of the human Buzz Lightyear that the toy is based on. If Lightyear becomes a box office juggernaut, it could open the doors for future other Toy Story spin-offs. The spin-off that I'd personally love to see is a Woody's Roundup movie. The film would be based on the iconic TV show that Woody, Jessie, the Prospector and Bullseye were watching in Toy Story 2. The Prospector will be like Loki, where for part of the film he would be the jealous antagonist wanting fame and recognition, but eventually teams up with Woody, Bullseye and Jessie to stop a deadly giant poisonous snake that is terrorising the town. Woody would be the stereotypical sheriff of the town, fighting off evil critters who try to take over the town. Jessie, the owner of Bullseye, a prize-winning horse, would take the role as a damsel in distress, also known as the prize that every outlaw fights for. This idea was admittedly far-fetched, but as an enormous fan of the Tank Gang from Finding Nemo, I'd love for Pixar to do either a Tank Gang spin-off movie or TV show. A Tank Gang TV show might become a reality one day, as Pixar are doing a Dug Days TV show that will be released later this year on Disney Plus, so they are willing to take side characters and give them their own TV show, at least for Dug Days and Forky Asks a Question. The Tank Gang show would be a 6-episode miniseries like the majority of the MCU shows released so far. The first episode would be about how the Tank Gang, who are now free from their bags, escaped the Marine Life Institute. The other 5 episodes would be about the Tank Gang's adventures travelling across the ocean to find Nemo. It's unlikely that Pixar would do a Tank Gang TV show, but never say never. I've seen a lot of demand lately for a sequel to A Bug's Life. The original film was held back due to limited technology that was available to them back in the late 90s. Pixar could really improve their animation quality, like they did across their Toy Story films, where you can really notice a huge improvement in animation from the first Toy Story to Toy Story 4. I have no clue to what the film could be about because the original ended perfectly as Flick was finally accepted as a valuable member of the ant colony. But the sequel could possibly be about Flick and actors' children, even though this has been a common cliche used in so many sequels and reboots these days. Unfortunately, Pixar have been ignoring the brand lately, and it's hard to find any A Bug's Life merchandise anywhere. Disney have even replaced a Bug's Land that was located in Disney's California Adventure for Avengers Campus. So I highly doubt that Pixar are going to want to make a sequel to a 23-year-old film that is no longer relevant to kids of today, but we can still hope. Thanks for watching the video. These were just some fun ideas for sequels and spin-offs that I personally love to see be made, but I'd love to hear your ideas for Pixar sequels in the comment section below.